What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I'm going to try to make some sense of this mess. It's been sitting around for a while. I remember the last video, the oil gauge line burst inside the Mustang and left a nasty mess everywhere and caused me to have to rip out all the carpet and reset the restoration here quite a bit. And oil got all over the wiring for the new gauges and all that crap. So right now I'm in the middle of kind of working through what's affected, what's not affected, finding out where that oil got onto, and I'm going to start remedying the issue here. And this arrived today. This is the new I've already done this once. Sucks. It's the new carpet kit by Auto Custom Carpets, and it's the shit, can't really see, but it's the same nylon loop stuff that came in it originally. You've got to pay extra for that now. What you get here. So I'll be replacing this portion here. The back is fine, and luckily this is split into two, so I don't have to yank out the back seat and all that stuff, which would suck. But yeah, so that's the update right now. I got into here and I was just doing some cleaning. This thing got really dusty and just sitting around. But I can run one more wire for the nitrous solenoids. Connect here to get that all finished up, and then I'm gonna tie it all back in. So it's right now it's just more wiring. I've not spent a lot of time on this in the recent months, and I'm trying to utilize a little bit of time every day to get this thing right, because I'm tired of staring at it in the garage. So, not being able to use it, I should say. So now I gotta jump in here. So basically right now, oh yeah, and I also need to get a new I did a video a while back on the really crappy Durale electronic fan controller. I bypassed it and I have it just hooked up to the ignition, which you can hear here, which is not the best thing to do because it's just running those fans non-stop, full blast the whole time, and it's just not needed. So I need to order up an electronic fan controller, install that, get that ready to go, hook it into the fuse panel. I relocated the MSD box. You probably can't even see that, but it's down there. It'll be covered by the little kick panel that has the speaker in it, so that'll be safe inside the vehicle. That's how I got myself into this mess. I had the Digital 6 mounted in the firewall area of the actually not the firewall area, more near the grill up in the front, and I don't really want it getting wet and all that kind of stuff, so I relocated it, and that's what caused me to have to rewire the whole damn thing. So I think in the process of that, I screwed up this oil line, and that's what caused it to leak. You see here, I reconnected it back, but I don't know, I just hate this copper shit. I mean, I know copper's better than the nylon stuff, but it's just, I don't know, I just feel like it's prone to problems. That's what got me into this mess. And then I installed that AC, the Cold Air Products AC in here, and you can kind of see my loom back there, but when the oil line burst, it got oil everywhere, and I think it fucked up a relay or two, so I got to go through now and troubleshoot why the AC's not sending the signal to the AC clutch. It's just a nightmare of wiring bullshit I have to sort through, and that's kind of the reason why I haven't been so gung-ho about getting back in here and working on it again, because anybody that's done old car wiring and any kind of wiring knows if you want to do it right, it's a royal pain in the ass, and especially when you have to troubleshoot problems. Luckily the fuse block is okay. I got that painless harness in there. That's okay. None of that stuff was affected. I think all the circuits are working on that, so it shouldn't be a problem. But like, I got little dumb shit. Like, if I turn that on, these are the lights for the gauges that go in the gauge cluster. But you'll notice these are all dead, all in here, all shot. So I gotta, you know, it's all simple stuff, but it just takes a lot of time to back trace and do all that stuff. So that's what's going on here. Floor mats weren't affected when the oil thing sprung a leak, but these are full of dog hair and everything else now, which sucks. This is the volt gauge that I'm going to use over again. I don't want to buy a new one, but if you look closely, you can see inside the gauge, you can see where some oil got in there. So if anyone's running video gauges, important note, there you go, now you can see it. See where the oil got on there? It just sucks. I mean, you're trying to do it right, and then little shit like that annoys me. But yeah, that. And then here, like, this type of stuff all has to be cleaned. All the oil got all in the automatic shifter indicator thing. Right now we got a tractor battery cooking. This is for my tractor. Tractor battery is dead. Just bought that battery right before the season ended, and it's already shot. That's what happens when you don't put a battery tender on stuff. Got my classic iPod. Probably haven't seen one of these in forever. And my classic iPod got full of oil, so I'm not sure if this still works. I got to throw it on a charger, but I don't have that port anymore. So that. And this here. I remember when I stopped working on the Mustang, which was just going to be temporarily, I was doing the gauge upgrade, and I added all the gauges in the Mustang are by VDO. I don't know if you guys have seen the previous videos, but if you're wondering, they're all this VDO series. It's like this vintage VDO, really clean matte black look to everything. And I added the RPM gauge, the fuel gauge, and I still had the classic speedometer, which didn't work anyway. So I replaced it with this new digital speedometer, but I still have to hook it up. I got a speed sensor that goes into the transmission. It plugs into the back there. It's not analog like the old, like in the current vehicle right now, the speed sensor is actually a physical cable that turns around and around and around, kind of similar to the way your weed whacker would send the little spinning head at the end. It's the same thing. It's a cable inside of a cable that twists depending on how fast the vehicle is moving. So that gets bypassed and this goes digital. So there's a digital sensor that goes in there in the transmission, so I have to add that in. So that's where I stopped working on it. And then, of course, moving this thing around, you know, that is my grandma's scooter. She passed away a couple weeks ago, which sucked really bad. Hate it. But this was her new scooter that she only used once, and it has a bad. I gotta sell it for my parents. And these these battery cells, which are these Chinese batteries. Anyway, it's these Chinese UB whatever batteries, like $30 on Amazon. I got 2 new batteries coming for that, and then I'll get rid of this thing. And, make some more room for the Mustang. But yep, that's what's going on. I've been really bad about making videos on what everybody subscribed to me for, which was fixing cars and building motors and doing all that stuff. So I'm going to try to get back into this again. But yeah, I got my hands full. I'll post an update here soon. I'm going to, right now, sort through this spaghetti, get everything reloomed back up, clean out any oil that's in the connections, replace any connections that got screwed up from the oil, make sure that there's no oil in any of the wiring. Then I'm going to troubleshoot why the gauge lights aren't working, rerun my volt gauge, rerun my tack gauge, connect it to the digital 6, start putting that dash back together. And then in here, I'm going to clean up those wires over there, relume those. These nitrous wires need to be cleaned up. This green wire sends signal to the condenser for the air conditioner. That has to be loomed. This loom here, this is actually how these cars came. This is for the power steering pump. So that gets retucked back down. And then this red wire going into the black here, that's for the nitrous solenoid, so that's got to be loomed and hidden. But other than that, it'll look like a tuck motor. Again, we won't see any wires except for the ignition wires. So, alright, 10-minute video here, bullshitting, but that's what's going on. I'll post another update video later. And remember, subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. I would really appreciate that, because I'd love to hit one of these days 100,000 subscribers so I can get my plaque. That'd be awesome. But yeah, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, share the video with your friends, all that kind of stuff, and I will talk to you later.